Our hearts are somehow in Italy. I don't know why, it just comes with the culture.
Quanto è difficile mantenere viva un'attività per oltre 40 anni? Ho avuto l'opportunità di intervistare il proprietario di un ristorante che da oltre 4 decenni fa parte della storia di Reykjavík. L'attività è stata avviata da suo padre e nel corso degli anni lui ne ha raccolto l'eredità, affrontando cambiamenti economici, la crisi del 2008, il Covid-19 e le sfide dell'evoluzione nel settore della ristorazione. In questa intervista gli ho chiesto cosa ha imparato con la sua esperienza di decenni, quali sono stati i momenti più difficili e quali consigli darebbe ai giovani che oggi vogliono costruire la stessa cosa, quali sono i passi da fare per avviare questo tipo di attività. Resta fino alla fine perché la sua storia è davvero interessante e nel corso dell'intervista condivide tanti consigli utili. Iniziamo! Who are you and what do you do for a living?
So I am the middle child of my family, and my father was the guy that opened this restaurant. And I am in charge of the floor here in the restaurant. I've been there since I was 21, I think.
Wow! And how old are you now?
44.
Wow, so many years.
Yeah.
What's the name of your restaurant? Hornith?
Yeah.
And what does it mean?
Means the corner, because the main entrance is from the corner here.
Aha, very nice. Why did you open an Italian restaurant?
So the story goes that my mom, she went to Denmark when I think she was 19. My father was 20 at the time. And my father already started to be a chef. He'd been working on ships and in some hotels here. And my mom was going to Denmark to study to be a hairdresser. So she got like an internship for 3 months, and they ended up being there for 8 years.
Okay.
And my father was working in a pizzeria there.
Okay.
That's where he got his idea.
Wow. What is the best dish that you have on the menu? The best seller?
So, of course, we like my family, we were always disagreeing because my father, like in the beginning, this was a very, very, very small menu.
Okay.
And now I think we have over 20 pizzas, and we have like 10 or 11 pastas. But our best seller is probably we have this mixed seafood here, which is not a pizza or a pasta, but this has been on the menu since my father opened back in '79. But of course, you can never go wrong with a good margarita or like a solid pepperoni.
So for you is this one?
Yeah, but also, like the pasta dishes, they vary a lot. But I created this dish here, which is like my take on like an Italian cuisine, I guess. But the reason that I did this one is because when I was like 25 or something, I had a serious hangover, and I was supposed to be here for like 13 hours, and I needed to make something spicy. So this is like a cheese glazed pepperoni with mushrooms. It's like we call it like a yummy bowl, Yeah. So
wonderful.
And this is like a bestseller here, so yeah.
Okay. So what makes your restaurant so special? What do you think?
I think, well, of course, we are one of the longest surviving restaurants here in this capital, and I think it's that people know what they come for here. We have like regulars here. They always order the same thing. And I've even seen like generations of people. I've seen kids since they were 5. Now they're like 25. They have their own family, so the families keep getting bigger. And I think it's like it's like going on a Sunday to have food with your family. They know why they're here.
So it has been open for
47
years. Since 1979. Yeah. Wow. It's a long time.
Yeah. And even like when my father opened his restaurant, there was no restaurant downtown.
Okay.
This is one of the first.
So you brought pizza to Iceland.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even like my father actually brought the pepperoni here.
Okay.
There was no like pepperoni here in the country, and my father had to have it made by a butcher in Akureyri. So we had to go meet the butcher up north and then drive it by truck here.
Wow.
And even when my father opened the restaurant, there's a funny story that he didn't know the difference between like tagliatelle and like spaghetti bolognese. So on the first menu there's like a dish that's called spaghetti tagliatelle, which is actually just like a bolognese. But he didn't know any better, But he wanted to make the restaurant, so
But it worked.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
So how is the business going now compared to before?
It's totally different.
Different.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course. I mean, now restaurant here, not only this one, but a lot of other restaurants. This is completely seasonal,
Okay.
Compared to like before Iceland became such a tourist place, we heavily relied on our regulars, you know. But now it's a lot of tourists, you know. Of course, it's like pluses and minuses. Of course, you know, the summer is like our high season. We didn't have a high season per se. Everything was like pretty like, you know, 50-50. But now we are like every restaurant here downtown. We heavily rely on like the summer season to be good, because like winter time usually isn't, you know.
All right. Do you think there's a competition between restaurants in Reykjavík?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, you like if you work in this business and like you guys, you can just see it when you walk up Laugaveg or something. Like places change every 6 months, you know. There's always people ready to gather on new ideas. Even the restaurant here across us, which is relatively new, I think we've seen through the time that the hotel opened, there have been like 7 or 8 different restaurants, and the hotel hasn't been open that long. So, yeah.
Okay. Now I want to ask you another question. Why did you choose to become a restaurant business owner?
Well, as I said, I'm not per se the owner, like that my father still is, but you know, I didn't really have a choice. You know? You know, like, you know, I am a musician, like I told you before we started recording, and that is like my side passion. But you know, musicians don't really make that much money unless you like make it big.
Okay.
But you know, like I think, and we often talk about it, the family, that we are pretty lucky because it's not very common that the family can actually work together.
Yeah.
You know?
It's actually pretty hard to work with family.
So we are pretty lucky with that, and I sometimes say it as a joke. I was born with an apron, and you know, and I'm happy to be here. You know, I'm happy to serve the customer, and like the only position that I haven't done here is being like a pizza baker.
Okay.
I'm not fast enough, you know. But you know, I just love being in service, you know. And I've also worked in other restaurants, but I somehow always end up back here. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to continue what your dad started.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. But also like for me, because I've been in this, like I say, since I was a kid. You know, I started working here when I was 12, just mopping the floor. And for me, walking into a new restaurant anywhere in the world doesn't really matter, as long as I know how the register works, the numbers of the table.
Yeah.
I'm good. You know, I can figure the other stuff out. You know.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought to expand this business, like having a chain or?
Yeah, we had like an offer, like I think it was like 10 years ago or something in Kringland. They were like changing something, and the owner of Kringland actually asked my dad if he wanted to get like some venue there. We thought about it, but I think that, you know, like just running one restaurant it's not an easy job, you know. Like and we often say that my father actually has 4 kids.
Okay.
You know, it's me, my brother, my sister, and the restaurant.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because this takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And if we would have another restaurant, then I think we would need someone else to manage it. You know, and I think it would just bring like conflicts. You know, and it would also mean that we would have to expand our baking system and the dough and everything. Everything has to be
the
bigger,
employees.
you know? Yeah. And I think that the standard of this restaurant could go down if the other restaurant isn't doing as good. You know?
Okay.
It's like hand in hand. You know? If the other restaurant isn't good, and let's say you're a tourist and you see that restaurant, you go have a pizza and the pizza is not good, you're not going to come here.
Yeah, and of course. What do you think is the best profitable business in Iceland?
Tourism.
This or tourism? Okay.
100%. Yeah. I mean, I know I have a lot of friends actually who are like tour guides and working in the hotels outside of the capital, and 100%.
Okay.
Tourism is it means everything for the country right now.
I thought it was more seasonal to run a tour company.
I mean, it is seasonal, but at the same time, you know, in the beginning of January, I mean, I often see it here. I mean, there's a hot dog stand in the back, and we always see who's coming. You know, like right now, I think there was like an airplane last Saturday. I think it was like 3 or 4 airplanes coming from Asia. You know,
okay.
so like if I'm working here, I can always see where the market is. You know? And it's very, very, like you say, it's seasonal, but I think it never stops. You know, it's just different places of the world come at different times.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you think the prices in Iceland will keep rising in the near future?
I don't think they're going down because I think a lot of stuff in the world needs to happen for the prices to go down. You just see what happened with the I mean, I'm not going to go into specifics, but stuff has been happening in the world which made the gas prices go up like 15 minutes later. You know, but they're still using the old barrels of gasoline that they bought 2 months ago. You know, there's always a reason for companies to put the price up. You know, and there's no incentive for the little guy like us to put the prices down, because my father still has to pay the salary and he still has to pay the electricity and the suppliers and everything. You know, and they don't put the prices down, so we really can't. It's not that we want to raise the money of the menu, but we are kind of pushed to do it though. You know?
Yeah, and of course, it's all related. I guess. How did you get through the 2008 crisis?
So we were actually pretty lucky. I think actually it was like 2 or 3 days before the collapse. My family actually bought this house. We got a very good deal, so we were able to buy the house. So we are not paying rent, but we are paying off a loan, and the percentage that we're paying every month is very good, you know. And that also because like the reason I think why that is because my father is he's very honest when it comes to like his money, and he always pays on time, and he's like the bank will do everything for him just because of that. Wow. You know. So actually, a few days before this happened, my father was actually called by the bank manager to figure out how they could do this. You know. Before.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I mean, of course, we had to like lay off staff and everything, but that only meant that the family just had to work more. We just made it work. Same with COVID. Okay. You know, we did the same thing. But we are also pretty lucky when it came to like COVID, you know, because we had like the community. I don't know how you say it in English. I mean, every room could only contain a certain amount of people, you know. But we were lucky because we have this room, which is our second room, called the gallery. And then we have the main room, and then we have another room in the cellar. So basically, we could still have 60 people here in the house, you know, which was very good because we have 3 separate rooms, you know, 20 here, 20 there, and 20 downstairs.
So it worked somehow.
It worked. Yeah. But that meant my brother was in the pizza, me and my sister were on the floor, and my father was upstairs in the kitchen.
Wow.
You know, so like I say, us being able to work together helped us out a lot when it came to the crisis. You know, because then we just had to do it. We had to make it work.
Before we continue, I wanted to share something I'm really excited about. I recently launched my Shopify store, where you'll find products featuring designs I've created. If you'd like to have a look, the link is in the description. And if you'd like to support me, I'd really appreciate it if you could follow my new Pinterest page as well. Now, let's get back to the interview.
Our hearts are somehow in Italy. I don't know why. You know, it just comes with the culture. You know, we like I grew up with Italian food. That's my food. You know, like you know what I mean. Like, so.
Yeah, it's pretty popular here in Iceland, the Italian food. Yeah,
but my father actually was the first. And that's very funny. Like, and we always talk about it. He was actually not really an entrepreneur. He had this dream and he just made it happen. He was 29 when he opened this place.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was 29.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Did he have to just learn how to do like all these dishes, or?
I mean, I think particularly he did it when he was in the restaurant in Italy, so he had like some idea, you know. But I mean, I honestly just think he learned as he went. You know what I mean? Like I say, he had the tagliatelle spaghetti. He did for the first many. He didn't even know. You know, he just did it. He just wanted to do this, and he just made it work.
So you have just one kitchen here, or?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Oh, okay. And the pizza is here.
Here, yeah, in the front, yeah. And then we have downstairs. We have like jazz there every Thursday. Oh. This used to be like the main place for jazz here back in the 70s. Yeah. So my dad was a hipster, if you could say so. Yeah, he was actually. Like people were like amazed that this young guy was bringing this stuff here, and also because Iceland was really stiff when it came to certain things. You know, like he wanted to have these big windows. And there was no drapes, like you see in Tivoli, they have the drapes. Yeah, my father had to have a permit. From the government, yeah, they thought it was nuts. Like, are you gonna you're gonna have just plants here and like no drapes? It's like, no, I want people to look, you know. And then also like being able to see the guy make the pizza. The people thought it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, because you have to understand, like back in the 70s, this was a really boxy. There's so many things happened since 1970 something. You know, even the way people talk, like people like 25 to 35, they sounded like 50, really old and like formal, and you know what I mean. So, and I mean, of course, then we got like the Americans in Keflavik, the base, the Air Force base, and they brought a lot in. You know, like you wouldn't even be able to go around the country if it wasn't for the Air Force.
Wow.
They own the road. You know, they built it. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff like this. This used to just be an island, you know, with farmers.
You've seen so much during these years.
Yeah.
Having this place open, you've seen Iceland change
Yeah,
a little bit.
like a lot. And also just when it comes to like the downtown area, and I mean I remember just when I was a kid, like let's say 20 years ago, when I was like a young adult, Laugaveg used to be full of Icelanders, and Icelandic stores and service and stuff. Now there's like tourist shops, and you barely see an Icelandic person there, you know. And even people that live here are mainly people that are working here in service, in the restaurants or like taking care of the tourists. And these are usually like people that come here from Greece to work for like 6-7 months, then they go back, or like Polish people, because of course they came here to work and like live here. But you know, like the older generation tends to be negative about it, but you know, like
About the foreigners.
Yeah, I mean, not the foreigners, but the way things are changing. You know, some people complain about the buildings, the new buildings that are coming, and like, but the thing is, it's just like the news. There's always something to complain about.
Yeah.
We could spend hours here complaining about what we don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's always harder to actually appreciate what's good. You know what I mean? Like I told my dad, we were thinking about changing the menu. I was like, you can do that, but you can just appreciate what you have. You know what I mean? Because people still come here. Because also this is like a really delicate thing. If we would change the menu, would we lose our regulars?
So you never changed the menu before?
Not really.
No?
No.
You just add things?
Yeah, I mean,
or
we have changed it through the times, but like with the pizzas and the pastas, people come here, like let's say example for you, you have your pizza. You always come here for the Roma, so if I would take it off, you would be pissed off because I took the Roma off.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? The only pizza that we're thinking about taking off is we have this, where is it? The Americana, because it has like beef and mushrooms, but we still have the ingredients. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel myself preparing our regulars for that. Because I told them the other day, you know, just to let you know, the next menu, we're going to take this off. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, don't worry, you can still have your pizza. You know what I mean? But we are going to change up a little, because of course we get tired of the menu. You know.
Yeah, I mean, having this for over 40 years, it's...
like for one example, we have this cheese here, deep fried camembert, which basically is a French dish. Has nothing to do with Italy. But this is like a delicacy for a lot of people, and people have memories with this. Because there's a school here called MR, and there's like women that come here that are always telling us the same story. I remember when I was 16, I came here with my friend and we came here for lunchtime, we had this for the first time. You know what I mean? So if we take this off, I feel like I'm taking your memory away.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So we have to be very careful.
You have to protect it.
Yeah, we have to be careful with what we're doing. Otherwise, you know.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
If you could go back in your life and give the most important advice in business to your young self, what would it be?
Okay, so personally for myself, I would, first of all, I would tell myself always listen to your parents, like first and foremost, because I've done a lot of mistakes. I'm not really going to go into that.
Okay.
You know, but I mean, I can do it. I'm not really shy about it. I've been struggling with addiction for a long time, and I've been sober now for 5.5 years. So first and foremost, I would you know, to tell myself, listen to your parents. Don't do what your mind tells you to. Not yet. But like business-wise, I don't really know. I think we've been pretty consistent and careful with what we've done here, you know. And that's one of the reasons that we can actually maintain what we're doing. You know? But for me personally, yes, I would just say, you know.
So it would be listen to your parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. That's for me personally. But
Okay.
for the business, you know, I don't really know. Like, maybe don't be scared. Don't be scared to try new things. You know, because like I say, now it's too late. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but it's never too late,
Yeah,
you know.
it's never too late. But you know, we like it maybe would have been more easy 20 years ago to change something. You know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Does your family come from money or? No.
No, not at all. I mean, my father actually came from like a working class family. You know, and even the apartment that he grew up in, my grandparents, they lived there until they went to an old folks home when they were like 70 something. You know, and my father was actually making fun of it that his father never bought a car.
Okay.
Ever. You know, and the same with my mom. We're just like a middle class family actually. And I wouldn't say, like, I remember when I was a kid, people used to refer to me and my sister that our parents were rich. You know, I wouldn't say that. I mean, we had enough. You know, we were doing good, but I wouldn't say we were rich though.
Okay.
For me, that's a whole different class of people. You know.
Yeah.
Because we are not arrogant with what we have. You know, and we really cherish everything that we do here. You know.
Okay. So if somebody wants to start this business, even though your dad just started, what would you recommend? What are the steps to take to, you know, start this business, especially here?
Rule number one, I think, is that you have to realize that you have to work your ass off for at least 2 years, and you're not going to make any profit. You're not going to make any profit the first 2 years, because the first 2 years are the hardest. You know, and that's one of the mistakes that I see some businesses do, that they start spending money that they don't have even before the place is open.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Yeah. And just like my father's sometimes been asked, like, what's the magic behind this restaurant, and he's like, always be honest, pay your taxes and pay your salaries. That's it. You know, and basically like we have to have this chain of command. That it's like we have to pay the government what they're owed, otherwise we can't have a permit to have the restaurant. Then we need to pay the salary for the staff, otherwise nobody's going to work here.
Of course.
And if there's something that I can take, I can take it, you know. But sometimes I can't because I have to pay so much. You know
Yeah,
what
I mean you have
it depends
responsibilities.
on months. Yeah. You just have to be honest and don't break the code. You know, don't be doing illegal stuff because the government's going to bite you in the ass.
Yeah, it's not worth it to do that.
No.
Never. Are there other careers that you would have considered? You know, you said music before.
Yeah, I would have wanted to pursue that more, but.
Do you think it's too late now for you to do that?
I don't think it's too late. I guess I just got smarter, you know, because like also doing music is a lot of work. You know, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of stress. I mean, I used to travel the world doing like DJ gigs, and you know, like I told you, I was working in the radio, and like, you know, people think it's easy. It's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's a very hard job to do, and also I think now with me being a recovering alcoholic, I don't think it's like a smart thing to do. You know, not yet. You know, because there are, especially in my line of music, there's a lot of illegal substances involved and like a lot of parties, and you know, I'd rather be spiritually and mentally healthy than be doing music. I could do music at home, you know, and it makes me happy enough to continue doing that, you know. But of course, if I would get an opportunity to do something fun, of course I'm gonna like think about it. I'm not gonna say no, but I'm gonna be careful. I have to be careful.
Yeah. I've seen many people here in Iceland having bad habits or addictions. Do you think it's because of the weather or? I
mean, you can always blame the weather, you know, for everything in this country, you know. But I think it has to do a lot with like the mentality of the country. You know, I mean, alcohol like beer wasn't allowed here until 1986, I think.
Okay.
Before that, we were just drinking hard liquor, you know, and mixing like pilsners with gin and rum at the bars, you know. And I just think this country has always had like an unhealthy relationship with alcohol and drugs, always.
Okay.
You know, and I sometimes I've felt that like this country is somewhat of a teenager when it comes to like compared to other countries. Just let's take for like example the financial crisis that we had. We actually, pardon the expression, but we fucked up the world. This small island took part in just absolutely destroying the finances in the world, you know. And I think it's like, you know, if you give somebody who's 12-year-old, let's say 20,000, he's gonna come to you tomorrow and the 20,000 is gone. And he has no idea what he bought, you know. Because he's just buying candy and he's buying something, blah, 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 giving his friends, and he, like I say, I sometimes feel that this country is like a teenager compared to like grown-ups in the world.
All right. What is your last advice for the young generation and for people who want to change their lives and, you know, do what you pursued with your dad?
I think I have this mentality now that like your life happens outside your comfort zone. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and trying everything out and seeing if something works for you, rather than growing older and having the regrets that you didn't do something that you really wanted to do. I think you should at least try it, and then you could make up your mind like, it doesn't work for me. You know? That's what I think. I mean, my father would never have opened this restaurant if he didn't go outside his comfort zone. This was a very, very big thing to do, you know. But as you can see, it benefited his whole family.
Yeah.
Not only me and my siblings and my mom, but also his parents and
Himself.
my mom's parents and himself and like a lot of people, you know. It's just because he was gutsy enough to take the chance. Take the chance and see where it takes you, you know.
Per questo video è tutto, grazie per essere arrivato fin qui. Iscriviti se ancora non l'hai fatto per non perderti i prossimi video. A presto!